Lately, there have been rumors that George Clooney and his wife Amal Clooney are headed towards divorce. We recently spoke about their slow breakup in another video, but you guys wanted to hear more about Harry Styles.
Harry Styles and George Clooney are allegedly sleeping together and have been on again, off again for years now.
Is it true that Harry Styles and George Clooney are hooking up? Rumors of Harry Styles and George Clooney dating back to 2020. I'm sorry, what?
Harry Styles and George Clooney. Just hearing those names together feels bizarre, right? But what if I told you, according to whispers louder than a Hollywood party, these two A-listers are allegedly sleeping together and have been entangled in an on-again, off-again romantic saga for years now? Hold up, wait a minute. George Clooney, the happily married man, allegedly hadn't even seen his wife Amal in 2 whole months before their recent public appearance. And let's not forget Amal Clooney, the queen of privacy, who famously makes guests hand over their cell phones at her door. I mean, we're all a little bit dead inside, aren't we, when someone demands a phone surrender before you even get your Merlot? For over 5 years, these rumors have persisted, claiming George Clooney has maintained a clandestine romantic relationship with Harry Styles. The whispers started after Harry left the boy band.
George Clooney allegedly hadn't seen his wife Amal in 2 months.
Amal Clooney actually makes guests hand over their cell phones?
When he was reportedly seeking help to conquer Hollywood. George supposedly offered acting advice, and then a little bit more. That little bit more has reportedly become a searing source of tension within his marriage to Amal Clooney. And these persistent whispers are only getting messier, more scandalous, and frankly, absolutely wilder. So, grab your drink, settle in, because it's time to really get into it. Recently, the chatter about George and Amal Clooney heading for divorce has reached a fever pitch. We touched on their seemingly slow breakup in another video, but your comment section, bestie, absolutely exploded with demands for more on Harry Styles. I mentioned a fleeting rumor about a fling between Harry and George, and it clearly struck a nerve. People were taken aback, jaws on the floor. So I decided it was time to peel back the layers on this unbelievable rumor.
At her door.
I mean, we're all a little bit dead, aren't we?
For over 5 years, there have been rumors that George Clooney has had a romantic relationship with Harry Styles. After Harry left the boy band, he needed help getting ahead in Hollywood. George supposedly gave him acting advice and a little bit more. This little bit more has been a source of tension within his marriage to Amal Clooney.
Now, let me be crystal clear. I am not trying to out anyone, and I am certainly not trying to definitively expose this relationship as fact. This is unequivocally a rumor. But it's a rumor that has clung to them like Hollywood superglue for quite some time. We dive into blind item breakdowns every Thursday on this channel. And let me tell you, there's an unsettling amount of smoke suggesting something significant is happening here. It's giving off serious Hugh Jackman energy if you catch my drift. One particularly telling blind item from 2020 reads, "What used to be just in the domain of blind items and whispered around Hollywood is now being shouted online. The permanent A-list actor and the former A-list singer, solo artist in a group, are hooking up. Will they ignore it like they have for years? Or will they finally say something?" Think about that. This isn't new news. This has been circulating for roughly 5 years. Another juicy blind item from that same year, 2020, hinted at a significant rift.
Because I mentioned in that video that there have been rumors that Harry and George have had a little bit of a fling, and a lot of people were taken back. My comment section blew up.
Apparently, the A-list mostly movie actor and his longtime business partner must have made a deal because the business partner is always attached at the hip to the foreign-born former boybander. Prior to the agreement, this pairing created a year-long feud. A year-long feud? Sounds less like a fling and more like a breakup drama already in play. This foreign-born former boybander is, of course, Harry Styles. The implication is that Harry was the reason the A-list actor, George Clooney, and his partner had a falling out. And now supposedly, that tension is back in play. And who is this mysterious business partner I keep hearing about? Well, let's put up a picture of Randy Gerber on the screen. because a tweet I found specifically links Harry, Randy, and George. Is Harry Styles still busy being passed around between Randy Gerber and George Clooney, or did Shawn Mendes take his place? Passed around? Child, please. Then there's a comment that boldly claims Harry Styles could make some big bucks on the yachting circuit, but instead he chooses an old man like Clooney. Where the f*** is his self-respect?
From 2020, so it's been about 5 years. This next blind item came from that same year, 2020. It reads, apparently the A-list, mostly movie actor and his longtime business partner must have made a deal because the business partner is always attached at the hip to the foreign-born former boy bander.
Another person added, remember how powerful George Clooney was in Hollywood 10 years ago? He would be praised at the Oscars every single year. Now, for those unfamiliar, yachting in this context is often a thinly veiled term for escorting. It's about people visiting billionaires and millionaires on their yachts for an exchange of, well, typically cash. Could Harry, who has amassed a fortune from his music, really be involved in such a circuit? One comment argues, agreed, yachting is more about money. Harry can make plenty of that. It's his acting aspirations that need all the help he can get. Every ex-boy bander wants to be an actor, and George Clooney is the #1 actor with connections. Exactly, Harry doesn't need cash, he needs fame and acting roles. So, is it possible he sought connections through this alleged arrangement?
This rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper. One particularly pointed question surfaced.
Is Clooney mad that Harry chose Randy, or that he dumped them both and George and Randy need a new twink? Suddenly, Randy's role becomes clearer. He's not just George Clooney's friend, he's married to Cindy Crawford. So, the rumors suggest Cindy's husband is allegedly passing around Harry Styles with George Clooney. One commenter bluntly stated, I wouldn't be surprised. Cindy and Randy have an open marriage, so I'm sure she knows. Beyond these wild allegations, we already know from my past video that something is undeniably off between George and Amal. They seem to live strikingly separate lives. George Clooney allegedly hadn't seen his wife Amal in 2 months before their most recent public appearance.
Prior to the agreement, this pairing created a year-long feud. Another blind item from that same year reads, this foreign-born former boy bander and sometimes actor is having trouble getting the projects he wanted because the A-list, mostly movie actor holds a big grudge.
This comes amid those blind item allegations that George has had an on-again, off-again gay relationship with Harry Styles since 2020. And the blind items don't stop there. They also claim Amal Clooney isn't living with George and is even hooking up with someone else. A guy her own age, allegedly. George is 64. Amal is 47, remember? Further whispers suggest Amal lives overseas in a place paid for by a member of the royal family from a Middle Eastern country. This is getting positively scandalous. The amount of vacation Harry Styles spent with Cindy Crawford, Randy, and their family after One Direction broke up was always odd to me. But now, if these rumors hold any truth, it eerily makes sense. George and Amal are reportedly both hardcore workaholics, living in different worlds 90% of the day. They seemingly lead entirely separate lives, barely hanging out, barely even in a relationship, it sounds like. Even George's move to New York for Broadway, where Amal is based, hasn't changed a thing. He'll spend 6 months in New York, while Amal remains in France with their children. Their lengthy past separations haven't helped their marriage, and one has to wonder if coping with long distance includes George getting a little boyfriend on the side. We're drowning in divorce rumors about George and Amal nowadays, and it's fascinating how many of these rumors date back to 2020, the very same time we started hearing about Harry Styles. These past issues mirrored today's. Travel, not spending time together, falling out of love? But were they ever truly in love to begin with? If George Clooney did allegedly have a relationship with a 20-year-old Harry Styles,
so it sounds kind of like a breakup at this point. The foreign-born former boy bander Harry Styles was a reason the A-list, mostly movie actor George Clooney and his partner had a falling out.
I seriously doubt Amal, despite being an educated woman, would appreciate that. Her strong, controlling personality would likely clash with that secret. Now, back to Harry. He's been open about his sexuality before, though he's also faced accusations of queerbaiting. He's famously refused to label his sexuality, stating it's outdated and unnecessary to check boxes. His role in Don't Worry, Darling, where he played an officer hiding his sexuality, only fueled these rumors further. Harry himself has said, "I think everyone, including myself, has your own journey with figuring out sexuality and getting more comfortable with it." Regardless of how Harry identifies, the fact remains. His private life, if these rumors hold any weight, is far from ordinary. I mean, we've even got Benson Boone wearing similar flamboyant outfits now, and he's not getting the queerbaiting accusations Harry faced. Maybe Harry actually helped pave the way. So here we are, this absolutely wild pairing of Harry Styles and George Clooney. It defies logic. They're so socially removed, at least to the public eye, I don't even picture them in the same room, let alone in the same bed. What in the world is going on? As a popular gossip website, Dumoy once tipped, "I've heard so many things about this absurd situation the past few years, so I feel like it's time to share. A-list singer has beef with A-list older actor for years now. This situation has apparently even prevented the younger, foreign-born singer from booking some roles when he started getting into acting. Apparently, the grudge is old, and it all started because of a woman. The irony here is delicious, given how totally unrelated they seem." One article even sensationally claimed Harry Styles a sugar baby for George Clooney and his pal Randy Gerber. And comments abound, like, "It is weird how 50-plus-year-old dudes are hanging out with someone in their 20s. Yeah, he's hitting it for sure. So, this whole messy, bizarre tapestry of rumors involving George, Amal, Harry, Randy, and even Cindy Crawford paints a picture of complicated relationships, alleged secrets, and a Hollywood far stranger than fiction. Whew, that was a wild ride, right? I genuinely hope you had a blast unraveling this one with me. Huge thanks for tuning in. Now, don't hold back. What other Hollywood bombshell are you absolutely dying for me to dissect next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until we dish again, peace out, Seshers!